Jonesy
and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Well, look, let's change the mood for a second and
Sure.
talk about the submarine that is still missing.
I was talking to one of the young ladies here, and she said, well, it's an interesting and memorable way to go. And I thought, well, I'd sort of like to die in my
not go?
sleep, like Grandpa, not kicking and screaming like the occupants of his car.
It is, there's a lot of mixed emotions around it because I think there are billionaires on board. So people have a slight ambivalence towards it.
And also Schrodinger's cat. You don't know if they're alive or dead.
Well, there's also a 19-year-old on board, which I think changes people's casual nature
if
to
you're
it.
a 56-year-old, what does that mean?
I know,
Doesn't
but the
matter.
billionaires are kind of they are making these choices. The 19-year-old is a son of someone who has made the
But still,
choice to
you know,
go
just 'cause
on.
it's a 19-year-old.
No, but it's just I just think that's anyway. They've heard more underwater noises. I just read this morning. Search teams in the Atlantic have heard more underwater noises as they continue to hunt for the missing Titanic. Though only a few hours of oxygen left, fears are growing that the crew may not be found alive. Even if the sub was located, the rescue is hugely difficult.
Of course, and I was reading a story about Chris Brown. This is not the vet Chris Brown or the rapper Chris Brown. There's another guy, Chris Brown. He was going to go on the submarine, but pulled out. He paid the deposit, pulled out because he said it was a bit too dodgy, and his mate went on it without him.
Is this the guy that said this? A guy went on it. Oh, this was a different one. A guy went on it last year, a 2021 expedition. He said everyone was nervous. He said it was so cramped in the vessel. There's no seat. You can't stand. You can't kneel. And you sit for about 10 and a half hours. Your legs are like a crab because it's so small. Nothing's comfortable. It was really cold. The submersible was about 4 degrees Celsius. It sounds like a horrendous way to die. Let's basically put that out there. I saw a thing last night on YouTube, a man who is a sub expert, and he said, I know I'll sound like I'm having a gripe because I'm a middle-aged white sub expert,
Yep.
but the owners of this and designers of this Ocean Gate Titan have chosen deliberately they said they didn't want white middle-aged sub guys to be part of it. They've chosen groovy young people and scientists who they hope will inspire a younger generation. But he went through to talk about all the safety measures that aren't in place, the testing that hasn't been done.
Right.
And it's easy, everyone's coming out of the woodwork now. But when they say initially they had 60 hours of oxygen, he said, have they actually tested that? That's a mathematical equation. That's an algorithm.
Yeah.
That's not actually, they haven't tested this number of people in there breathing in and out. And he said, I'm looking at the footage here. Where are the toxicity meters? He said, maybe they've all been poisoned by their own breath already. Yeah. We just don't know.
And because when you look at it, imagine you want a sub designed by a middle-aged white guy, not someone that
some
can't
young
put oil
groover.
in their car.
Well, it's been a bit weird too. As I said, some people are sort of seeing it as a sport. The Daily Telegraph today, when could Titan's air run out? And they've got a countdown clock. At the moment, it's 13 hours. It just seems weird.
Actually, just out of curiosity, how many hours do they have?
13 hours, 11 minutes, 45 seconds.
You've been on a submarine before.
Oh, yuck. It doesn't suit me at all.
You auditioned for Beyond 2000.
Oh, look, I'm not good in a submarine. My very first Beyond 2000 audition, I had to come up with a story, and it was a single-person submersible. My cousin at university had a professor who was experimenting with this.
Don't we all?
So anyway, I did the story and I was inside the submersible. It was rocking around. The point was I was supposed to open the hatch and say, it's craft like these that can explore the shoreline to make sure we never have pollution anymore. Mm-hmm. The professor himself was crouched down at my ankles as all this was happening. So I opened the hatch and I did a giant spew. I'd been so seasick bobbing around in that thing. And as I did a spew, a little bit of flatch came out as well into the professor's face. Wow. He must have thought, why did I get up this morning? Tell you what.
It scares me that you got the job.
If some people are feeling, who didn't get the job, if you're feeling slightly ambivalent about big rich people in this incredible craft, no one's more ambivalent than Hamish Harding's stepson.
Oh, this is the Blink-182 guy.
Hamish Harding is one of the billionaires on board. His stepson yesterday posted a picture on his Instagram outside a Blink-182 concert saying, my family appreciate that music calms me and is good for me. Good. What about this? There's been more.
What's Hamish done?
Well, he's gone on to some girl's OnlyFans site and he said, please keep my family in your prayers. So there's this girl with a bum and all this, and she's saying, can I sit on you? And he said, yes, please keep my family in your
But
prayers.
as long as you keep my family in
He's
your
hoping
prayers.
he'll get a sympathy pash.